for this video.
Hey everybody, it's Michael here, and I am so happy today. I got somebody really special to introduce to you. Check it out. This is my new friend.
Hi, I'm Walter. Pleasure to meet all of you. Michael's been showing me around, and it's been a good day.
Hawking rolling in, run two.
Look at the speed building on that chair. He's locked
Big
in.
pump coming up the wall.
Launching 420 tailspin attempt.
This is Sora 2, the latest model of text-to-video generation by OpenAI. And it's crazy to really see this because a year ago, this is what text-to-video looked like. And this is what we have today.
Way down this little alley here. There we go. Ooh, looks like someone was waiting for us. We'll give him a happy little burst of light. That's better. Keep moving, keep breathing, and look at that view.
In the first few days that they released this, there were basically no guardrails, and it was pretty crazy the things I saw. For example, Jimi Hendrix teaching me how to play the guitar.
You know, man, a chord's like a little universe. You put 3, maybe 4 notes together, and suddenly there's color, there's gravity. It's not just a stack of tones, it's a conversation. See, when I grab a shape, I'm thinking how the low note, you know, man.
Or Tupac making a TikTok video.
Okay, little groove. Right here. Ooh, hold up, let me stop that.
And just look at this, TED Talks from people that are no longer alive. I think this was an intentional move by OpenAI to really just show the capabilities that they had. Prior to trying this out, I always thought that text to video and even AI as a general was sort of tapping out. But in the past week that I've been using this, it's actually been extremely mind-blowing that I felt really compelled to make this video because it made me underestimate how much exponential growth is actually happening with AI advancement. But first, let me show you how the app works. The process to sign up is pretty simple. You just scan your face for about 5 seconds and you say a few numbers. Just through this maybe 5 to 10 second video, it's able to create a pretty accurate replica of what I look like, when I sound like, and it's able to create a video of me doing anything. Please, you have to grab this toner. It's down to 15 bucks. There are only 10 left. I'm begging you, click the bag. If we don't move these tonight, I'm actually losing money. Please help me. Look at my hands, I'm sweating. Free shipping, okay? And this bamboo spatula set $7.99. For example, this is me teaching stable diffusion. Chapter 1, let's start with the core idea of stable diffusion. The model learns to reverse a simple process, taking an image and slowly adding noise until all that's left is static. This is me teaching classical Japanese. The pattern, koso plus a past verb plus keredo. For example, yuki koso ori keredo. This is me going through a vlog in India. A little street stall, and I'm about to try some pani puri. You dip it like this, let it fill up. That burst of tangy, spicy water. So refreshing. And this is me speaking Japanese in a vlog in Japan.
おはようございます。エリックです。今は渋谷のスクランブル交差点にいます。天気がすごく気持ちいいですね。これから。
And as someone who's made videos like this on YouTube, it really makes me think that with a tool like this, more people are going to be able to share more valuable content more than ever. Because right now, the friction to make YouTube videos is pretty high. For example, when I make a video, the distance between my idea and being able to have a completed short was actually pretty long. I had to figure out the things I was going to say. Then I had to have a camera, set up the camera, film myself, mess up a bunch of different takes, and then edit it, put them all together, and then upload it. But with this, I can convey everything I want to say with a detailed text prompt, and then it's going to output it fully edited. You might have the same initial reaction that I had to this, which is that this is just all AI slop. But if you really think about it, this is a natural evolution that has happened in every period of human history, which is when we have created tools. For example, if you think about it today, most songs have synthetic drums, there's electronic beats, and you're not really thinking about whether or not a song was made with the assistance of a computer when you're just listening to it. But if you ask the previous generation before that, they might consider that to be slop or not real music. Humans used to make music with their throat, with just throat singing. And eventually someone came up with wind instruments, which were probably rejected by the traditional throat singers. And then after that, we had more tools for music, like we had the guitar, the piano, and more people could become singers even if they couldn't sing. And the world became a more creative and more abundant place. So thinking about it in that way makes me more optimistic in that even if some of this can be called AI slop today, the end result is that more people are going to be more empowered to create new things. And even though some articles talk about Sora 2 like it's some sort of TikTok competitor, I don't really think that's what it is at all. Currently, the app is a pretty fun and social way to see other people's creations. It's actually nothing like these doom scrolling platforms that are trying to addict you with this garbage content. The next generation that grows up with this sort of AI assisted content is not going to have that distinction between AI assisted video and regular videos, just like how we just watch YouTube videos and we're not really thinking about all the things that go behind in making it, like what editing software did I use, like what camera did I use. You're just watching the video for what it is. And so seeing this tool has really made me super excited because it's democratizing creativity and it's giving more access to people to take their ideas to life. Like for example, I saw these ones that were extremely beautiful and might have taken a studio over a year to create sometime in the past. So even with Sora 2, which they've made to be sort of like a social media app that you can see other people's creations, it's crazy to see how every single person that is using this app right now have access to the exact same tool, which is just this chat box and a send button. But what everyone creates is so diverse and it's only limited by their creativity. And so on this app, you can see that there's a natural distribution of creativity. Like there are some people that make extremely beautiful works of art. There's some people that make really funny memes that are super creative, like this one with Stephen Hawking. So whereas initially when I saw this sort of AI created video content, my initial reaction was that this is AI slop and that we're trending towards this dystopian future of just AI created content. But when I actually use it and when I actually thought about what it meant, especially from a creator side and also from a consumer side, I'm super excited to see what type of content will exist when humans are no longer limited by financial resources, by physical resources, and you're only limited by your creativity. Growing up and watching YouTube, I remember there were these channels that would make these super elaborate animations that would take a long time to make. And these videos had these super compelling stories that I was sucked into. But because it took so long to animate, it would take over a year for these creators to make these videos. It just makes me think, if they had access to a tool like this, what would they spend their time on to make the content even better? And so I think in the next few years, we're only going to see more valuable content with this sort of AI assisted app. I almost think that when this becomes democratized at a low cost and everyone can use it, we're going to enter this renaissance period with more art, more creation, and more valuable content than ever before. There's so many times when I heard a song in my head that I wanted to make or a movie idea that I want to make, but it just wasn't realistic because I didn't have the skills or prerequisites to actually create them. But with a tool like this, it won't be long until we can just hum a song and have a fully produced track ready to go. It's interesting to think that really the only thing stopping us from being able to do this at scale is computational power. Right now on Sora 2, you can only make 10-second videos, and Sam Allen, the CEO, said that they would have to make some changes pretty soon because a lot of people are using it and it's costing them a lot of money. After using this, I can really see what they're saying in that they're really just limited by compute. As they buy more GPUs and they build more infrastructure, we're going to be able to make this at scale and eventually just be able to make a custom movie and watch the entire movie from start to end. Even besides being able to make anything that you come up with, this is actually a more natural way to interact with AI. Like if I were asking ChatGPT something, it would make sense that it could give me a video response, because a lot of times when I'm looking up how to do something, I'll just look it up on YouTube. Like I'll look up on YouTube how to cook a certain dish or how to fix a certain thing. And it would make sense that in the pretty near future, I mean, we already have the technology to do that. We just don't have the computational power, that when you ask ChatGPT a question, it could give me a video response. It could give me a custom video response. Einstein could be teaching me math. PewDiePie could be teaching me how to make videos. And as we have more infrastructure and regulation, maybe artists or famous celebrities will license out their image to make movies or make music for the next 1,000 years. That is pretty much what we've seen with cartoon characters like SpongeBob and Simpsons. Those have been in production for 20, 30 years and they look exactly the same. And whereas I previously thought this was not possible and would never happen, I could see that one day YouTubers and YouTube channels could become the same thing, where you might have Casey Neistat making videos into his late 90s and even the next century when he's no longer alive. And if we had enough computational power, it wouldn't be that far off to FaceTime Steve Jobs and have him teach me design or how to run a company. So for me, this is one of the first times I've actually been super excited about AI, and I've been on the frontier of trying every single thing out, like trying out vibe coding, trying out almost every single model. It's scary to think that just right now, we have the technology to basically just record a 10-second video of your parents or your grandparents, and you can basically immortalize them into being able to send you words of encouragement. You might be able to talk to them forever. In some ways, I think it is dystopian, and I think that is why there is this reaction to calling this AI slop and sort of rejecting this. But I think humans have a natural way of filtering out the good from the bad. And with every major technological advancement where we created a new tool, like with the computer, for example, or the digital camera, it has been net positive, and I don't think it will be any different with this. And so kind of back to the thesis of the video, I think it's getting out of control, but I think it's getting out of control in a good way. Like it's getting out of control in the sense that we'll be able to make anything that we dream of. Or what used to take 5 years and a team of 30 animators could now be just done by a high schooler with a laptop computer. I think democratizing creativity, making it so anyone can create, anyone can distribute, anyone can monetize their passion. That's basically what YouTube is from the beginning and what it is today. So the distance between idea and creation is only getting closer and closer. And eventually, any idea you have, whether that's an app, that's a piece of art, can instantly be created and shared with the world. But yeah, that's it for this one. This video was a little bit different than normal ones, but I want to make more videos just sharing the things that I've been thinking about. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which is a regular video. Let's get it.
Step away from the door. Hands where I can see them. Whoa, what's going on? Neighbor says you just farted on their front door and took off. Turn around for me. Serious? It was a joke, man. Hands behind your back. You're being detained for disorderly conduct and harassment. For a fart? We'll talk about